Hi, everyone. This is Will. Just wanted to come to you today again about part two of just some general updates and looking at what I've been doing since January of 2024 and maybe three phases in trying to understand velocity banking, accelerated banking in general. So the first phase of trying to use a line of credit and implement velocity banking, accelerated banking, I just did some Google search. I Googled and read about velocity banking, how's it being implemented. Then I watched a couple of videos that showed me that I probably should take my W-2 income once it hits the bank through a direct deposit, test it out on a Visa or MasterCard or even American Express card logo to pay bills in general. So prior to the phase, I was taking my check, doing direct deposit, paying my bills, credit cards, student loans, food, gas, electricity, mortgages, because I had 3 cars, rent, everything just through a checking account, debit card, or either a check. So, and whatever was remaining from me using those 3 types of payments mainly stayed in the bank. And that's how I was traditionally doing. Velocity Banking said that, hey, go ahead and make the switch. Velocity Banking said, hey, go ahead and make the switch over to identifying the debt, paying it through credit cards, and see how that works. So then I moved into phase 2 in implementing velocity banking, accelerated banking as I've come to understand them, which is getting my W-2 employment income or any other type of income. So it doesn't have to be just a W-2. It should be just income in general. So whatever income you having coming in, that can happen. Okay, in this implementation phase, I was still getting direct deposits to the bank, but I also had some savings in here. I also had emergency fund in here. Emergency funds. And I then identified again a credit card or a debt or line of credit that I had. And I started paying all my bills, as many as I could initially, through a credit card. So that included rent, travel, mortgages, water, food, gas, clothing, everything that I was traditionally doing in the top through a checking account. I now shifted as many as I could based on velocity banking, accelerated banking, as I was implementing them onto a Visa, MasterCard, or an Amex card that had the logo. So these 3 types of cards that had the logo on them started serving as my checking account in the second phase. So I'll let you take a look at that. So phase 1 was Googling. Phase 2, after I learned some things on Google, just started to implement them. I made some, I guess I had some challenges. Some of the challenges may have included when I was using a convenience check, NSF funds, paying more interest than what I should have been paying with the convenience check. What else? Just reorientating myself, spending time on the budget, learning more of the budget in general, doing more reading, so investing some time. Some say opportunity cost. Opportunity cost means doing one thing versus another. So watching cat videos, lion videos, plant videos, whatever on television, I started spending more and more time on videos of velocity banking. Opportunity cost comes in when you do one thing as opposed to another. So I lost opportunities in seeing cute cats, cute lions, um, fish, car repairs or whatever, but it was a cost and a trade-off to understand velocity banking. Here, the cost went up from 3,000 to 3,500. If you can remember, I went to Tokyo and I'm sorry, I was in Japan and Taiwan. So now I'm paying down that debt at about $500 a month, and hopefully I'll be paid up by December. So that was about 4,000 to $4,500. So I'm putting $500 on the card, where my expenses initially average around about $3,000. Yeah. So in this phase here, my expenses were about $3,000 a month. That's just on average, because they fluctuated between food, rent. Sometimes I pay my car insurance for the 6 months in general. When I came to the second phase, again, I moved as much as I could onto on whatever credit card debt I had that had an Amex, MasterCard, or Visa logo on it. And it was in a revolving situation that I can put my check in and also use it to pay bills, and also use convenience checks. So some of these cards had convenience checks that the bills that I couldn't pay through the card, I wrote using convenience checks or cash advance. So let me put that here also. Sorry, it's going to be low, but I'm writing cash advances from the credit card and convenience checks that I use. And I'm still using convenience checks in the third phase. So now we move to the third phase, or advanced phase of what I've called it. I have a larger line of credit. So no more, still using the credit card, but now my new checking account is the larger line of revolving credit at 50,500. So now I still pick up my W-2 check from my employer every month, bi-weekly. Income that I have from investments and consulting. That's through working one-on-one with clients, doing velocity banking, helping them with the credit card, looking at debt. And I also do small loans. So I'm also doing small loans that I call GLOC to clients to help them get over some of the challenges. So W-2, my employer, income, investments, consulting, and personal loans that I'm making, going into the bank as direct deposits and other deposits. And then I transfer it over to the HELOC that I have. The HELOC that I have is primarily operate off of checks. There are some that operate off a debit card, credit card. This was the one that I could have. This was the one that I secured based on my credit, based on me praying for it. I'm happy to have it, and now I'm moving forward with it. Then I match this HELOC with a credit card that I do all my purchases on, cash advance, convenience checks, and then the next month I pull from the HELOC to pay off the credit cards in full or partially. Again, try to leave this balance. Like for July right now, I'm putting primarily in income. So that's all I'm doing for July. I'm not necessarily pulling anything out. I did pull $10 out just to test how to move money in between. But for the most part, I've not run my expenses through here. Now, I've seen some other videos where in the same month you run your expenses through the HELOC, but what I'm doing is running all the expenses through credit cards that have either the MasterCard, Visa, or the Amex logo. Then the next month I pay it off, or as much as I can, with the HELOC, saving some interest. So this HELOC started out as $50,000 in general. I've moved money into the HELOC to whereas now the balance is, I think, 45,776.09. So I'm trying to keep that HELOC as low as I can for as long as I can without pulling any money out of it, and put all my monthly charges onto the credit cards, VIA, cash advance, convenience checks, or just straight charges, and then I pay it off. Now, we're getting the HELOC, and I moved into the implementation phase. I was able to pay off one full mortgage in about 1 month. So when people say you can pay off mortgage in 3 to 5 years, I did it in 1 month with my HELOC. Addition, I paid off a $7,500 business card with the HELOC in 1 month. I paid off 3 additional credit cards and 1 pledge loan, which means I pledged a certain amount of money. I pulled it out and now I'm making monthly payments. Now that also helped. That pledge loan, I think, helped me to improve my credit, because now I have an exceptional mix of credit cards based on what I did. So again, I just wanted to come to you to talk about the 3 phases. First phase, just Googling, finding out about velocity banking, looking at others implement it. Phase 2, implementation, actually doing the work partially, then moved into fully. Phase 3, I came with a larger line of credit, and now I am living through this HELOC. My savings account is in here. My emergency funds are in here. I still keep some money in the bank, maybe $100 or $200 for emergencies, and also because I need to maintain a balance to at least have direct deposit and other features that I'm working with. All right, again, this has been Will, aka Dr. Financial Literacy, just giving you my 3 phases and how I have used velocity banking. Thank you very much. Have a great day.